In what ways does positive thinking affect your health? Positive thinking has been shown to have powerful effects on both mental and physical well-being. Maintaining a positive outlook does not mean seeing the world only through rose-colored glasses, it's about keeping an optimistic but realistic outlook instead of dwelling on negativity. Explore Psychology takes a closer look at some of the many health benefits of positive thinking. You have probably had someone tell you to look on the bright side or to see the cup as half full. Chances are good that the people who make these comments are positive thinkers. Researchers are finding more and more evidence pointing to the many benefits of optimism and positive thinking. Such findings suggest that not only are positive thinkers healthier and less stressed, they also have greater overall well-being. According to positive psychology researcher Suzanne Segerstrom, setbacks are inherent to almost every worthwhile human activity, and a number of studies show that optimists are in general both psychologically and physiologically healthier. Even if positive thinking does not come naturally to you, there are plenty of great reasons to start cultivating affirmative thoughts and minimizing negative self-talk. Stress relief. When faced with stressful situations, positive thinkers cope more effectively than pessimists. In one study, researchers found that when optimists encounter a disappointment, such as not getting a job or promotion, they are more likely to focus on things they can do to resolve the situation. Rather than dwelling on their frustrations or things that they cannot change, they will devise a plan of action and ask others for assistance and advice. Pessimists, on the other hand, simply assume that the situation is out of their control and there is nothing they can do to change it. Increased immunity. In recent years, researchers have found that your mind can have a powerful effect on your body. Immunity is one area where your thoughts and attitudes can have a particularly powerful influence. In one study, researchers found that activation in brain areas associated with negative emotions led to a weaker immune response to a flu vaccine. Researchers Segerstrom and Sefton found that people who were optimistic about a specific and important part of their lives, such as how well they were doing in school, exhibited a stronger immune response than those who had a more negative view of the situation. Improved wellness. Not only can positive thinking impact your ability to cope with stress and your immunity, it also has an impact on your overall well-being. The Mayo Clinic reports a number of health benefits associated with optimism, including a reduced risk of death from cardiovascular problems, less depression, and an increased lifespan. While researchers are not entirely clear on why positive thinking benefits health, some suggest that positive people might lead healthier lifestyles. By coping better with stress and avoiding unhealthy behaviors, they are able to improve their health and well-being. Better resilience. Resilience refers to our ability to cope with problems. Resilient people are able to face a crisis or trauma with strength and resolve. Rather than falling apart in the face of such stress, they have the ability to carry on and eventually overcome such adversity. It may come as no surprise to learn that positive thinking can play a major role in resilience. When dealing with a challenge, optimists typically look at what they can do to fix the problem. Instead of giving up hope, they marshal their resources and are willing to ask others for help. Researchers have also found that in the wake of a crisis, such as a terrorist attack or natural disaster, positive thoughts and emotions encourage thriving and provide a sort of buffer against depression among resilient people. Fortunately, experts also believe that such positivism and resilience can be cultivated. By nurturing positive emotions, even in the face of terrible events, people can reap both short-term and long-term rewards, including managing stress levels, lessening depression, and building coping skills that will serve them well in the future. A word from Very Well. Before you put on those rose-colored glasses, it is important to note that positive thinking is not about taking a Pollyanna approach to life. In fact, researchers have found that in some instances, optimism might not serve you well. For example, people who are excessively optimistic might overestimate their own abilities and take on more than they can handle, ultimately leading to more stress and anxiety. Instead of ignoring reality in favor of the silver lining, psychologists suggest that positive thinking centers on such things as a belief in your abilities, a positive approach to challenges, and trying to make the most of the bad situations. Bad things will happen. Sometimes you will be disappointed or hurt by the actions of others. This does not mean that the world is out to get you or that all people will let you down. Instead, positive thinkers will look at the situation realistically, search for ways that they can improve the situation, and try to learn from their experiences. Being optimistic and engaging in positive self-talk can help you better weather the storms of life. Resilience is a key psychological characteristic that helps people carry on, bounce back, and even thrive in the face of adversity. A 2004 study found that positive thinking helps contribute to better mental and physical wellness by improving coping abilities. Positive thinking can improve your resistance to the common cold. Improved immunity is one of the many ways that positive thinking affects your health. In one study, researchers found that participants were more likely to have a stronger immune response during times when they were optimistic. When these same participants were feeling more pessimistic, their immune responses also declined. While positive thinking might not be a health panacea, maintaining a bright outlook on life might just help you stave off some ailments such as the common cold. It also helps people better cope with serious illness. Another way that positive thinking affects your health is that it boosts your ability to deal with health problems when they do arise. One study found that people diagnosed with HIV who had been trained in 8 positive thinking skills had a lower load of the virus, were more likely to take their medication, and were less likely to be depressed. Positive thinking can even help you live longer. Research has also found that positive thinking can have an impact on longevity. One study found that a positive outlook not only led to better health outcomes but also to a longer life. Researchers believe that positivity improves coping abilities, lowers stress, and increases healthy behaviors. 8 things you can do to think positive. 1. Recognize at least one positive thing each day. 2. Allow yourself to enjoy the moment and describe it to someone else. 3. Keep a gratitude journal where you note and describe that positive event. 4. List one of your personal strengths and describe how you utilize that talent. 5. Make note of minor stresses and describe how you can think about them in a more positive way. 6. Set an achievable goal and make note of your progress. 7. Commit to performing a small act of kindness each day. Recognize other people's acts of kindness as well. 8. Start practicing mindfulness by keeping your focus on the here and now rather than ruminating about the past or future.